Emotion has now become the exhaust that comes out of the back of the car of the actor. And you don't go looking for cars by sniffing tailpipes. You don't indulge in emotion. So what you're doing with these scripts and every script you ever get is attempting to achieve what we call an objective. If you get an objective, a thing that you are just desperate to get, if you achieve it, you will have an emotional state. If you lose it, you will have an emotional state. That's it. It's that simple. Acting is so simple that I tell my students, after our acting classes are over, the first thing you're going to do to me is say, really? We paid you for that? Because it's not about teaching you anything. It's about enlightening on stuff that you don't have to do anymore. You're great actors every moment. You are great at doing this every moment. The problem is that you put stuff in the way. What we need to do is remove that stuff. Like Michelangelo, when he did the statue of David, they asked him, how did you make such a beautiful statue? And he said, I just cut away all the stone that isn't it. That's what it is all about. You already have the ability to do what I'm about ready to teach you to do. All you need to do is just commit to it. Do we understand this so far? So the very first thing that you do, the very first thing that you want to do, no matter what it is that you must achieve an objective. You must achieve an objective. You have to outline what it is you want. It has to be from another person. If by some chance you're doing, for example, in this a monologue, or you're doing this in front of a microphone, then there's a person out there that you are still trying to get something from. The last time I taught this class, or taught a class for Gabby, I said one of the things that you should always do is that if you're in a booth and you're doing voiceover work, you should put a picture of the person that you're trying to get something from right opposite you. And not just talk to a wall, but talk to that picture. What the microphone will pick up is the residue of that discussion. Even though the other person's just a picture, it's not going to give you much of a discussion back. But just remember, all monologues are just uninterrupted discussions. Somebody hasn't interrupted you yet. You know, you've gotten the floor. So an objective is a thing that you want, a thing that you must achieve, that is tangible and is external. I cannot want myself to stand up. Because there's a question that comes to mind. What is the question? Obviously, if my objective is for me to stand up. What? Why? Why don't you? Just stand up, right? So it can't be about me. It's always about somebody else. Got it? Somebody else. What's your name? Adriana. Okay, Adriana is going to have herself a little problem in a second. Because the next step that you have to do is to ask yourself, how am I getting this objective? This tangible, external objective. How am I getting that other person or that picture opposite my microphone to give me what I want? How am I doing that? Those are called strategies. The ways you get what you want. They're usually adverbs. You know, they're ways that you're getting what you want. Now, Adriana, kiss your kid. Everybody just, if you can't see, hey, stand up and look at Adriana, please. Stay here. Yes, just look, come on, stand up, everybody. Look at you. I want you to keep staring at her, and no matter what. Yes. Stay there, Adriana. Do I get to look at that? No, you don't need to. So you see there's a problem here. She does. And it all started when? Do you remember when this problem started? What was the catalyst that made this whole hellish night for you to begin?
When you said she's got a problem.
Before that.
Oh. I came?
No, after that.
I said.
And then I did what?
You called my name. I mean,
and then I did what?
You talked to me.
And then I did what?
You took my pen.
Right. So don't you think there's a catalyst here between all these people staring at you and this hell that you're in right now and me holding your pen? That if I gave you back your pen, that perhaps this nightmare would now end? Let's say that's true. Huh?
She gets it back. That doesn't mean we move.
Oh, it will be because it'll be over. We'll go, yay, it's done. It's the end. So now she has an objective. And her objective is to get the pen back. Tangible objective. When this pen, watch her, when this pen hits her hand, when she grabs it, She has won, and she cannot help it. Right now, like Pavlov's dog, she is in a position that she's about ready to have an emotional reaction that's going to drive her crazy. But before she gets this pen, we're going to do a play. And the play is called Pen. And it's written by the both of us. Okay? Here's the setting. Cruel teacher, invited by Gabby to class, steals Adriana's pen. You have the first line.
Give me my pen.
All right, so that's called insistently. Give me my pen. Did you hear that? Give me my pen. That's her first strategy. Insistently. Give me my pen. What is her objective? Get the pen. What is her strategy? Insistently. There it is, right there. That's what she chose to use. Give me my pen. Right? If I was directing her, I could say, can you use more insistence? So let's do that line again.
Give me my pen.
Yeah, good. So now she's upping the ante of the strategy. Get it? You see it? It's all right. She still wants the strategy. Okay, cool. Lon, no.
Would you give me my pen, please?
Now that's called sweetly. Sweetly. We'll use that as sweetly. So she's just using different ways. So here's something for you guys. Every time you open your mouth, it's a strategy. A script is nothing more than a chronological list of strategies, just like she's doing right now. That's all it is. It isn't a story to be told. It's a way you're trying to use language to get something, using strategies to get it. So you ready for this? She's about ready to have an emotional reaction. I hope you can see her face. If you guys back there want to see it, it's going to be really quite something. It's going to be subtle, but it's going to be, you don't know what you're missing. People pay good money for this show. Come on, this will go to Vegas someday, and you're, I could have seen it in tryouts. Come on, come on. See it? See the pen, see the pen, see the pen, see the pen. Some of you want to be home watching the closer. No, 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 this is much better. Jeopardy, that's another time. Here we go. Here it comes. She can't help it. She can't help it.
Thank you.
But look at her. That's a real emotion. Here, see it again. Really? You gave it back to me after all that stuff? You're a cruel woman. Okay, yay. Thank you very much. Yay. See that? That's a real emotion. Thank you. You can sit down now. I wanted you to see that because I wanted you to understand how simple all this stuff is. It's so simple. You find a tangible thing that you want from somebody and you use strategies to get it. Now you will use a lot of strategies to get it probably because you know what the definition of insanity is according to AA. Doing the same thing over and over again expecting different results. In other words, trying to get an objective using the same strategy and failing over and over again and expecting it to work. That's what it is. So this stuff, these scripts, they reflect life. Sometimes hyper life, but they do reflect life. And your job then is to break them down. While you can make your voices sound a certain way and you can work on all these different properties, inside you're going to have some substance, some purpose. And that's your objective. So you all got these, right? You got these scripts. Well, what we're going to do is that we're going to start working on them. Okay? And I want you to partner up. I need you to actually find, if you brought a friend, there's your partner. If you didn't bring a friend, make a friend. All right? So I need you guys to partner up.
You good?
Yeah, absolutely.
I hope we have an even number.